viewers, and welcome back to KidLivZ.
We want to wish you a very happy Easter. And we're going to be making an Easter special, a leg of lamb. We're also making aubergines by Ottolenghi, and it's in his book, Jerusalem. I gave this book to Daddy for his birthday last year, and he made this one night, and it was delicious, so I thought I'd put it on the shelf.
So we're salting it. You don't want the meat to be too dry, that's why we brought out olive oil that Darshan has brought all the way over here to be very unhelpful. Pepper. Where's the pepper?
Sumac. She's also just put some sumac on there, which is a spice from the Middle East, which grows on bushes as red berries, and it is dried and ground, and then it has a lemon tangy flavour.
A little bit of rosemary. Hi, Rosemary.
Rosemary, the herb, not me, is fantastic. It's a really good one for colds and coughs and things. So it quite helps your, it can help clear the breathing channels if you're feeling congested. It's a really good thing to steam your face over if you put some in hot water. And it's very antimicrobial and antibacterial again. It's also good for concentration and memory.
So you don't want to touch meat, raw meat, and then touch everything else, because there's a higher risk of getting E. coli. Remember to wash your hands before you handle the meat. Time for some marinating. Want to get it all in.
Meanwhile, I'm going to be making a sauce to go on top of the aubergine. It is called a Chermoula. I've got 2 teaspoons of ground cumin.
So we like cumin seeds because they're a natural source of iron, and iron's something that helps your body to make energy. Cumin seeds can also stimulate digestion, so it makes it easier for you to break down your food.
2 teaspoons of ground coriander, 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and then I have also got 2 garlic cloves, and I'm going to crush both of them. I've got 1 preserved lemon, which I'm going to finely chop, and I'm also going to add 100 ml of olive oil. When you crush garlic, you need one of these little things, or you can finely chop it. Chermoula is quite a floral scent, but it's not really spicy, so don't worry. It comes from lots of different places like Tunisia. It comes from the North African region. So I've just added 100 ml of olive oil into here, and now this is looking almost like a barbecue sauce. It looks delicious. So you're gonna cut the aubergines in half, but keep the stalks on. Ta-da!
So the rosemary is going to cook and give it loads of flavour, and it's going to be really nice, and I love the taste of rosemary. So the marinated lamb is just going to sit there in the oven. Now remember, when you wash your hands, use your wrist, use this part of your arm to lift up the tap, because raw meat.
Sorry to our vegetarian vegan friends, the lamb isn't really for you, but I'm sure you might be able to try the aubergines. Right now with the aubergine, I'm doing one big score, and I'm doing like a really big X, and it goes all the way across like that. But you don't want to go digging too hard, otherwise it could cut the skin, which isn't very good. It's really important to score it so that all of the amazing flavours from the Chermoula can go into the line, so that it can absorb into the aubergines, and it'll be full of flavour. The Chermoula is on the aubergine.
Is it time?
The oven has been preheated to 180 degrees. I am going to open it with oven gloves. Yes, 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 yes. This sounds very nice. Yes, yes, yes. There we go now. Let's move that one up a bit. The aubergines are in the oven now. Now the lamb will go in the oven.
How long are the lamb and the aubergines going to be?
Both of those are going to be in the oven for 40 minutes. We're back, and I'm going to go and take the aubergine and the lamb out because it is finished and done. Wow, it looks like it's caramelized, and I can really tell that it's all of the flavors have gone in because the lines have extended and they look absolutely delicious. So I'm going to transfer an aubergine. This is why you want the stalks, because you can pick them up.
And we're meant to put some olive oil on it too.
So what we have is flaked almonds, pitted green olives, barley, pomegranate and yoghurt with oil and lemon. You can chew pomegranate kernels, but you can also swallow them like this.
I recommend chewing it until your teeth hit the seed and then swallow the seed, like this.
And here is some fresh mint and some fresh coriander here. And Anise is just chopping some spring onions.
Would you like to taste a piece of spring onion?
Okay, go on, Mum. Go, Mama. That's like a sweet version of an onion. It tastes really nice. It reminds me of the Syrian eggs that we did earlier on. Is it just me, or does this look delicious?
It's just you.
Anise, would you like to carve the lamb?
Sure. This looks quite hot. Quite difficult. Mummy, can you come and help me, please?
Yes.
This meat looks quite hard to carve. And as I know, kids can't do everything.
Anise, while Mummy's carving the lamb, do you think we should do our aubergines?
Yeah, sure.
How it's going to work is, I'm going to put the flaked almonds, olives, barley, pomegranate and spring onions on first, and then you add the yoghurt with lemon juice, and then you sprinkle coriander and mint together.
And pomegranate.
Yeah, I said pomegranate.
The way you set it out is so nice.
Thank you.
I'm going to sprinkle the pomegranate on top.
I'm just going to put a tiny bit. It looks delicious. Mummy.
Comment below which one.
one's the prettiest looking. I mean, you've
Anise
got
or Darshan?
look at that.
Wait,
That's like a proper
wait.
boat.
I'm just going to put like a tiny bit more pomegranate on. So I'm going to start plating the lamb now.
whilst I'm doing precision.
Yeah. So I'm going to start serving the lamb.
They're both open all the time. Tasting time!
Ha ha ha!
Ha ha ha. What's ha ha ha? The lamb is delicious.
That aubergine really is like a sponge.
I can taste the cumin, coriander, chili flakes and paprika. It's delicious.
By the way, you could say lambs are one of the baby animals meant to symbolise the coming of spring.
If you do buy this book and you want to see the recipe, it's on page 59.